This is 5 on your side at 5. Focused on you.
Further than you are now, huh? I want you to go on further here.
We begin with breaking news right now. You are watching the moment a North St. Louis County pastor learned about an active shooter threat to the church building. Good evening, I'm Mike Bush. Police were called to Grace New Covenant Church Community Ministry Center just after noon today for reports of a shooting. No one was injured, but after learning about the shooting, the pastor ended the service asking members to leave. Robert Townsend joins us live outside the church. Robert, what are you learning?
Hey Mike, right now all is quiet outside this North St. Louis County church, but again, about 5 hours ago, gunshots rang out inside this sacred place. Take a look at the video. Investigators telling us around noon today, a surveillance camera caught the armed man on video when he walked through the church's front door. Now, police say minutes later, the man fired shots at a security guard and then hopped in a car and sped off with his wife and 2 children. Police say the security guard fired back. They also tell us the 2 men know each other and are, quote, extended family members. About 40 people from Brothers and Sisters in Christ Fellowship Church were inside this building at the time. Now, for the past year and a half, that congregation has rented the building from Grace New Covenant Church Community. Thankfully, the good news, nobody was hurt. When the gunshots rang out, a startled Pastor Ernest Howard knew he had to do everything to keep his family and members safe.
While we were getting ready to transition into another part of the service, we heard gunshots. And all I could do was remember my training for active shooters, because our church has been trained for that, to make sure everybody shut the doors off, get down in the back, and then we tried to rectify the situation.
During the incident itself, there were 4 gunshots fired, 2 from the suspect and 2 from the victim. Apparently, when the suspect was running away, he fired a shot, and the victim, who works security for the church service, actually returned fire. But nobody was hit that we know of. The suspects were last seen heading eastbound on Chambers Road.
And right now, police are still looking for that gunman. They're asking anyone with any information about the church shooting to call the Bell Fountain Neighbors Police Department. Live in North St. Louis County, Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
1 person was killed, 2 others critically injured when shots rang out at a campaign rally for former President Trump on Saturday. A bullet grazed the ear of the former president moments after his campaign rally kicked off in Butler, Pennsylvania. Today, we're learning more about what is now being investigated as an assassination attempt. The shooter was killed shortly after the shooting. He has been identified as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, a registered Republican from Pennsylvania. Mr. Trump is back at his New Jersey home today, and a spokesperson says he is doing just fine. Our report tonight from Julia Benbrook in Milwaukee.
Take a look at what happened.
Terrifying moments at a campaign rally for former President Donald Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania, Saturday evening. A gunman perched on a nearby rooftop with what authorities say was an AR-style gun, opening fire on the crowd below and attempting to assassinate the former president. Trump's face bloodied as he's whisked away by Secret Service agents.
It was certainly chaotic, but at the same time, initially people were, screaming, very upset, people crying, ducking.
The FBI identifying the shooter as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, a registered Republican from Pennsylvania. He was killed by the Secret Service. Trump taking to Truth Social on Sunday, thanking supporters and writing, quote, "It was God alone who prevented the unthinkable from happening. We will fear not, but instead remain resilient in our faith and defiant in the face of wickedness." After being cleared by doctors, Trump returning to his residence in Bedminster, New Jersey. Now, the 45th president's attention shifts to the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. Many wondering if Saturday's attack will change the tone of the 4-day event.
The plans have not changed. We are all praying and thinking about the victims, and we'll have a convention very, very focused, moving towards the future of this country.
That was Julia Benbook reporting. In less than 2 hours, President Biden is expected to make remarks from the Oval Office. NBC News will present a primetime 1-hour special this evening. That's at 7 p.m. right here on 5 on Your Side. A local mother and daughter, a mere 8 rows from the podium, witnessed the horrifying event unfold at Trump's rally. 5 on Your Side's Mercedes McKay brings us their chilling firsthand account.
I spoke with the Chesterfield mom and the O'Fallon, Missouri daughter on the phone this morning. They didn't want to do an interview on camera as they were still trying to absorb everything. But 5 on Your Side spoke with both of them on the phone last night, just hours after the gunfire rang out.
I've come to tears a couple times, but it's so overwhelming.
Lynn Piwowarczyk and her daughter Dee Piwowarczyk Gilmore were among the thousands spending hours in the Pennsylvania heat to show their support for former President Donald Trump.
From 10 until 1, we stood just in lines, like they cattle herd you in. And then we went through Secret Service. They wand us and we went through the metal detectors.
Just 8 rows behind the podium, the mother and daughter duo were anxious to hear from the former president when the unthinkable happened.
He was speaking for less than 10 minutes when all this happened. And when it first happened, it was really a light sound.
While many questioned the noise at first, Lynn said it didn't take them long to realize someone tried to shoot Trump.
We could see there was blood, and there was blood on one of the Secret Service. And so we knew he had gotten hit.
Dee describing the terrifying moments as instant chaos.
You could see them rushing Trump off the stage, and then the Secret Service started yelling at us, "Get down, get down, get down." So everybody got back down.
This is video Dee shot of them escorting the former president out of the rally. In an NBC and AP footage, Lynn can be seen in the background, her husband seeing it for himself on TV and asking why she wasn't ducking down.
There were people laying where our feet go, and, we were crowded in there. So I had the gentleman next to me laying on the ground. I had the lady next to me laying on the ground. I said there was nowhere for me to lay.
Nearly 24 hours later, both women still trying to wrap their heads around this moment in history, a moment they still haven't quite processed.
I don't think we've absorbed all of what has happened.
Both women are heading back to St. Louis tomorrow. In downtown St. Louis, Mercedes McKay, 5 on Your Side.
And yesterday's shooting is already impacting security prep at the Republican National Convention. But what could it mean for the 2024 presidential race? I sat down with 5 on Your Side's political analyst, Anita Manion, and asked her if the shooting changes the message of the presidential race.
Yeah, if you notice, all we've been talking about since the debate is the Democratic side. Will Joe Biden be kicked out? Who might replace him? What might that look like? The contention and chaos on that side. Now, there's nothing about that. It's all about former President Trump. Why did this happen? Can we come together as a country? Pointing fingers, all of these issues. So it's all about this right now.
Also a question, how does this change the tenor at the upcoming Republican National Convention? We'll have more analysis with Anita Manion tonight at 10. And we will, of course, be following the latest news from the Republican National Convention all week. Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, will be there bringing us live updates. You can look for his daily reports all week on 5 on Your Side at 5, 6, and 10. Our weather impact alert continues. The heat index has been climbing all day. Many people were out enjoying the day despite the heat. Meteorologist Jim Castillo is here with details on the heat advisory.
Yeah, good way to cool off is get to any source of water or air conditioning, stay inside. That high today, Mike, was 96. It's 95 right now. Still feels like 102 in St. Louis. I did see it as high as 104. So getting up there, that nice breeze, southwest breeze at 16, made it feel good and also kept the air quality below that orange level today. And we're not expecting bad air quality tomorrow because that breeze will stay up also. So current temperatures right now, we're in the 90s in most areas, but it feels like 107 Scott Air Force Base, Mount Vernon 104, and St. Charles 103. Heat advisory continues until 8 p.m. on Monday, widespread. Heat is dangerous. You definitely want to stay hydrated. Use AC or find AC to stay cool. And here are the feels like temperatures even as high as 110. So Monday's our hottest day. Much more on a cool down and rain chances coming up.
Questions about security continue following yesterday's shooting. One expert's reaction to the response from the former president's security detail.